I'm not like all these other finance gurus that are trying to sell you a course or a paid community. I was just like you, and I tried to find the best way that I could get paid. I went through trials and tribulations trying loads of different things, different hustles and different ways of life. But I realized a big part of doing your own thing isn't just a hustle that you choose. However, it requires planned out steps and different lifestyle changes. I want you to watch till the end of the video if you think that you're ready to take the next step in life. The first thing I want you to crack down on is realizing what rich means to you. This can be a numerous different things. Number one, you can be rich money-wise, and everybody knows what being rich money-wise actually means. It can rather be materialism, where you want big cars and fast cars, if you want a bank account that has unlimited zeros, whether you want to travel the world for the rest of your life, whether you want 10 houses. Or the second one, you can be rich in family. And you might think, how can I be rich in family? Well, if you want a good life with a wife, you want kids, you want to have a really good, happy family, this is what being rich in family means. And you need to figure out what stage and how you want to be rich so you can attire your journey and carve it to how you want it to be. Or third, you can be rich in power. Now, being rich in power means holding influence over people. You want to control everything. You want everything. You want to be able to tell people one thing and everybody believes that certain thing that you say. And that could be being famous on social media. That could be being an actor, or it could be a really popular rapper. It doesn't really matter. But you need to find out in your specific hustle what being rich actually means to you, so you can take that and you can figure out what you actually want to do from there. The next thing that I want you to do is invest in a skill or invest in your education. Now, if you're somebody that doesn't want to exactly go down the school route, the typical college, university, 9-to-5 life, then you're going to be doing your own thing. So the best thing for you to do if you want to make money is learn a high valuable skill, something that you can always do and make a large amount of money from. One that I personally did was video editing. I started out doing videos for free, and then I slowly started charging up to like £50, £60, really low prices for videos. And then that's when I started getting clients in for about £500 to £1,500, I think the max was. And of course, you don't just have to do video editing like I did. There's loads of other things like copywriting, there's drop shipping, and there's also reselling. There's numerous different things that you can do. However, if you want to go down a route that requires school and you have a passion for a job, for instance, doctoring or lawyering, then I want you to invest in that dream, invest in that goal. And investing isn't just typically money, but it's your time. Make sure that you put all your effort into doing what you want to do in life. You have to choose what you want to do with your own life. Nobody's going to ever come and help you with that. You have to make sure that you have the self-control and the discipline to making sure that you're putting in everything that you need to crack down on the hustle or education that you want to be in. Both things take a very long time. Education can sometimes take several years. Doctoring, I'm pretty sure it takes about 10. In a skill, you're not just going to learn it overnight. It also takes years and years and years of learning the craft, learning each individual aspect of your specific hustle. We all know that it's super tempting to buy some real nice stuff when you get a paycheck. Whether it's clothes, whether it's tech gadgets or whatever it is, everybody loves to get a bit of money in. When you're trying to do something on your own, you have to control what you spend. If you see some really nice luxury designer clothes, but that's going to be your whole paycheck, why on earth would you buy that? The most sensible thing that you can do with money is spend it and put it in the correct place. If you don't have a lot of money, then that's okay. You don't need to stunt, you don't need to act rich. What you need to do is live below your means. Intrinsically, we all want really good things in life. As I previously said, this doesn't come overnight. This comes with days and days of constantly working to reach that place where you want to be. I'm not telling you to save your money like a type person, but put it, for instance, in this way. When I was video editing, I bought myself a really, really good PC, and that set me back a couple K. People said it was a bad investment. However, that investment there alone allowed me to make even more money from my hustle. So spend your money in the correct places, but don't spend it doing the wrong thing. So of course, once you get your first hustle, you get your first paycheck from it, and you figure out that it's actually working. Now, a lot of people will tell you to do the opposite of what I'm about to say. But it's don't put all of your eggs in one basket. That's the exact mistake that I did. I thought that video editor money was gonna last me and I was gonna be a video editor. However, it actually turns out that there was a huge influx of video editors from overseas that were charging crazy cheaper rates because that's their average salary. So I was losing out on money that I could have been making but they took all of my clients away from me. So I was left in a bit of a rut hole, to be honest. I had a bit of money behind me and I was thinking, what exactly do I do in my position? So that's when I figured out that I have to put all of my money into loads of different things and see what works. Now, I had a couple of YouTube channels that were making me some money. I was doing some TikToks that I was investing into, tried a couple drop shipping businesses. I gave some friends some money so they can invest and give me a little bit on the top. And that's when I actually figured it out that I can't be doing one thing. That's not how you get rich. You need to be doing numerous things. But what I will say is keep on top of everything. Because if you're running 5 different businesses, there's no way that you have enough time in the day to control everything that's going on. Even if you stay awake 20 hours per day, you're not putting in enough time to each business to make it work. The most that you should be managing on your own is probably around 2-3 max, and even that's a stretch. And there's another thing that I want to mention. A lot of people say that this is bad, but if you want to do a hustle and you don't really have the capital for it, it's okay to get a job a couple days a week to support the business that you want to do. Even if you're not keeping none of the money and you're straight pumping it all inside of the business, making sure that you can maximize your effort. Trust me, it's not bad. Even I had to work somewhere once. I was doing a job at Matalan. I was working there for 3 weeks. I hated it. I got a bit of money and left. And then I started getting some things with that bit of money that I made. Moving on to the next point. This is something that you need to do, and this is mandatory, and this is networking. The more people that you know, the more opportunities that can arise. It's always best to meet people inside your niche and get known and get to know everyone. And one thing I always do that's a really good thing to do is always do people a favor for free so they owe you one, and that way you can naturally build a friendship or a business relationship on top of that. Let's say you're a videographer, for instance, and you don't have a lot of clients that are floating around. If you build a really good relationship with another videographer, then if he has a fully booked calendar and he can't fit no more people on, he might say, here, go to this guy, he's trusted, I like him, he's good at what he does. Then you can make money through that. And then what you do, if you have a fully booked calendar and you need some help on something, then you call that guy that gave you the favor and you call him back. That way, you're always in a chance of having an opportunity. Let's talk about Aiden Ross, for example. Everyone knows that this guy is the networking god. He got Playboy Carti on one of his streams. He used to start by getting Tory Lanez on. He used to be with his friends, and then he started getting celebrities, rappers, and even Kai Cenat. He broke the streaming record for having the most people on Twitch because he brought on Kevin Hart and Drewski. These people keep on getting really better at networking, and then look, they start breaking records and they start making tons of money. You also need to make sure that you have a very, very solid mindset. You need to have something that I like to call an iron mind. Nothing can ever get you down and nothing will ever defeat you. Now, I'm gonna tell you something that you don't wanna hear, but unfortunately, you have to hear it. You're going to fail extremely bad at some point. You look at every successful person that there is. Everyone's failed at least once. Now, you might have something that's really bad and you're in a rut and you're thinking, I'm not gonna get out of this. You have to have an iron mind and believe in yourself and know that you're gonna make it. You have to make sure that nothing is gonna stand in your way. You've got to make sure that you're gonna make it in life. The biggest part about running a business is actually mentally, because you have to work 16 to 20 hours per day, do hundreds of hours per week in your business. Man, I'm telling you, that stuff will take a toll on your mental health. Not being able to go outside your house because you're working so hard, not being able to socialize with your friends because you're trying to make it in life and you've got goals where you want to be. That stuff will seriously take a mental effect, so you've got to be super strong mentally. It's always better as well to do something that you're extremely passionate about, because you'll have that drive and you'll have that motivation behind it. So even if you do take a couple of L's, you'll always come back and you'll be so grateful about the win. Now, there's loads of different type of people as well. You don't have to be super passionate about your thing. You could not like it at all, but do it for the money. But then you really do have to be mentally strong. You always have to be informed of new information that's coming in your specific business. If you're not up to date on things that are happening in the world or your specific genre, then I gotta tell you, you might as well quit while you're ahead. The key to winning is always being up to date on things that are new. Whether it's a trend, let's say you're a TikToker, new trend that comes out, and you want to be the first one to cover that. If you're on Twitter and you want to make money through Twitter, let's say you do a celebrity news report, you have to be the first people to get hold of that information and upload it online so you can get that post monetized and make some money on top of it. You could have missed out on an extremely big opportunity that could have changed your life, a real good business move. Or something might be happening in your area of business that you're not aware of, and it can kill your business there and then. Trust me, I've had that before. I've done drop shipping a couple of times. I've had a product that wasn't even working there and then, but I missed out on it because I didn't read. Now, of course, you might do all of these steps and you might think that you're on the path to being successful. However, you need to take big risks inside of your life to ensure that you level up. How are you ever gonna level up in life if you don't step outside of your comfort zone and you actually change something? You need to ensure that you're taking huge calculated risks. And I wanna say, please don't make no dumb decisions. Hence why I said calculated risks. For example, you wouldn't buy $2,000 worth of a meme coin that you've never heard of. No, only stupid people that want to lose in life will intentionally do that. You need to make sure that you read into things. You need to read into specific coins, and we're talking about crypto, for example. However, we can also use an example on finance gurus. Now, I don't sell anything, but there's a lot of people that will sell you fake stuff, and there's people that will sell you genuinely good content. But you wouldn't just spend $1,000 on a guy that you don't even know buying his course. That will be the most stupidest thing I've ever heard of if you did that. You need to make sure that you're putting your money and your time into the right things. Before I record my videos, I don't just go off the top of my head. Sometimes I write down points, and sometimes I will write a whole script for a video just to ensure it works for everyone that's watching it. I don't want to be lazy. I want to be super informative on exactly what I'm talking about. That's what you have to do in business. Sometimes it's not going to be a quick and easy job. You have to take the long route, but to ensure that you get the perfect quality, you got to go out your comfort zone, and you just got to take life by the balls. Another person that took extremely calculated risks, but he was extremely patient with his journey, and that was Central Cee. If you're a fan of him, then you might know 7 years ago he uploaded a Street Heat freestyle where he was just doing some rapping and he was a kid. Then after that, he started doing music which was auto-tune rap. Then from the auto-tune rap, you know him as you know him today, doing drill. Now, he didn't just do drill, but he took over the game with what he did. If you know his album Wild West, then you will know that there was extremely big promotion behind this thing. Every single billboard in his area, Shepherd's Bush, which is in West London, had his album Wild West on it. He had a specific colouring for this, and this was orange. He also did an extremely big collaboration with a streetwear brand called Trapstar, and if you're from the UK, a lot of you will know this brand. Nowadays, not only did he collaborate with Trapstar, but recently, he's had 2 extremely big collaborations, which is life-changing. His first one came with KSI and Logan Paul's Prime. They gifted him a private jet. On top of that, they gifted him a 50k chain. His second, but most recent, and the biggest thing he's ever done is collaborate with Nike. As I said, if you're from the UK, then you will know about Nike, and you will also know about tech fleeces. Central Cee created a brand called Cineworld, which is his own clothing line, and he collaborated Cineworld with Nike, and they both made a tech fleece. On top of making a tech fleece, they also made a pair of Air Max 95s. These things I doubt you can even get your hands on. People will be taking advantage of this, resellers will be snatching them up, and they'll be reselling them for double the value. He took 8 years to get to his position, so as I say, it's not an overnight process. This stuff can take years before you make a good bit of money. In this video, I didn't lie to you one bit. I told you the brutally honest truth on how to actually get rich. I'm never gonna sit here and lie. I'm always gonna tell you guys how it is, because it's hard, it's the real world, and everyone is out to get you. I'm Ty White, and thanks for watching.